God has distaste for disloyalty and betrayal. It's even appalling when we're disloyal and expect him to be loyal. That's crazy. It's like you going to a market and not giving the woman money and expecting her to give you 1 keg of palm oil. She'll ask you, are you a thief? Now, if we do not stand by God in trying times, but expect him to stand by us when we need him, that's foul play. That's foul play. Jeremiah 2 sums up his perspective about those who do this. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of trouble. For according to the numbers of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Like you are here flirting with other gods, but when trouble comes, you'll be crying to me to get up and save you. You want God to arise and save you when there's trouble, but you have not been faithful to him before now. You've not been committed to him before now. You've forgotten him before now. Now, what kind of circumstance makes us forget God? Status. A high political position can make a person feel he does not need God. Jeremiah 2:31. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are lords, we will come no more unto thee. So we are now lords, we don't need you. Who are you in the scheme of things? Now let's look at someone that comes to mind. Daniel 4:28-32. All this came upon the king Nebuchadnezzar. At the end of 12 months, he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. Compare it to this. Revelations 4. The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory, honor, and power. For thou art created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. These ones were telling God that this is my throne and kingship. I give it to you. I submit it to you. I put it under your rule. Let it operate according to your dictate. You gave it to me in the first place. I wouldn't have it if you didn't let me, so I owe it to you. What can make a person forget God? Abundance, wealth can make a person forget God. Deuteronomy 8:7-18. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, and vines, and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness, thou shalt not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he hath given thee. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes which I command thee this day, lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth. So wealth and abundance can make a person forget God. What else can make a person forget God? Loss. Loss. The death of his spouse. Loss. The death of children. loss, becoming impoverished, experiencing a disaster that forces a person into poverty. Job 1 9 to 11. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Does he fear you for no reason? Has not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he had on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he had, and he will cause thee to thy face. In other words, he's with you now because of the benefits he's getting from you. If you withdraw those benefits, if you take them away, he will leave you. Remember, Satan is talking from knowledge. He has done a quantitative and qualitative research on man. He's talking from data gathered from centuries of studying man. And he has come to this meta-inference, this conclusion about man, that loss can make a person forget God. What else can make a person forget God? Sickness. Job 2 4 to 5. And Satan answered the Lord and said, But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. Again, this is Satan talking. He knows man. Satan walks to and fro the earth, restlessly. He has studied man. He has seen man in different circumstances. He has seen how many forsake God when they are ill. How they go from one shrine to another, consulting this deity and that deity. Like King Ahaziah said, 2 Kings 1:2, Go, inquire of Baal, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover from this sickness. Satan has studied man, how they will do anything, and I mean anything, to become healthy, even if it means forgetting God, even if it means turning their back on God. What else can make a person forget God? Hunger. Exodus 16 1 to 3. And they took their journey from Elim, and the whole congregation murmured against Moses and Aaron. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pot, when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness, to kill this whole assembly with hunger. In other words, we wish we had died in Egypt, where we ate to our fill, when we had enough food, than following your God into this place where we are starving. In other words, we prefer a full stomach outside God's will than an empty stomach in God's will. What can make a person forget God? Fear, trouble, attack. Exodus 13:17. When Pharaoh had let the people go, God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, Lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. God knows man.